When Microsoft was developing the original Xbox, online capabilities was a key component to its strategy. Microsoft had observed its competition and wanted to succeed where the other companies had failed.
Our secret weapon for Xbox is its online game capabilities. It's the only console designed from the ground up to be perfect for broadband online gaming. And that is the future of gaming, and we think is going to bring some very exciting things to people who love to play games.
We already looked at Sega in a previous episode and the ill-fated Dreamcast and the short-lived SegaNet service. Microsoft saw the potential that the Dreamcast offered and one-upped it, providing a built-in broadband connection and hard drive out of the box. Fast broadband meant online voice chat capabilities, and the large hard disk storage would mean downloadable content, new maps, levels, and software updates were all possible.
Xbox Live, it's good to play together.
Xbox Live as we know it launched exactly 1 year after the original Xbox launch in November of 2003, and it's fair to say changed the landscape for online console gaming. By November of 2005, Xbox Live had 2 million subscribers worldwide. By 2007, it had 8 million. With the launch of the Xbox 360 in 2005, Xbox Live became an integral part of the system and introduced many new features such as Marketplace, gamer scores, matchmaking, party chat, cloud storage, and many more. When Xbox Live was released for the original Xbox, it was awesome. I remember playing games such as Halo 2, Counter-Strike, Ghost Recon, Rally Sport Challenge 2, Project Gotham Racing 2 online with so many people around the world, and being able to communicate them with a headset was so much fun, and having the ability to have leaderboards and all those cool innovations really made Xbox Live an almost essential part of owning an original Xbox. But sadly in 2010, that all changed. In late 2009, Microsoft had announced in 2010 it would be shutting down its Xbox Live service for the original Xbox. I was devastated. At this point, I realized Xbox Live on the Xbox 360 was running on a completely different set of infrastructure, which I just assumed it was one and the same. Xbox Live 1.0, as it's referred to, was shut down on April 15th, 2010, famously with Halo 2 players keeping their connections running. Microsoft even tried to lure these players with beta codes for their up-and-coming new game, Halo Reach. Finally, after almost 1 month after Xbox Live was shut down, the last man standing, known as Apache Enforcer, had left Halo 2. If we go back to the first year of the Xbox before Xbox Live was launched, people were desperate to play online, but Xbox Live wasn't around back then, so games like Halo and Project Gotham Racing had a feature called System Link, which meant if your Xbox was connected to the same local area network as someone else's Xbox, you could play games together. This set the stage for Xbox LAN parties where people would meet up and play their favorite games together. But what if there was a way you could trick your Xbox into thinking that it was hooked up to a LAN and connect to other people's Xboxes around the world? Well, there is. It was called Xbox Connect, and that's exactly what it does. Known as tunneling software, it allows for the Xbox to connect to another Xbox via System Link that is running the same software, anywhere in the world. Another program called XLink was a popular tunneling application that not only supported the Xbox, it also worked with the PlayStation 2, GameCube, and Sony PSP. So, when Xbox Live was shut down by Microsoft in April of 2010, people were disappointed. They still wanted a way to be able to play games like Halo 2 and Project Gotham Racing 2 online with their friends. So naturally, they turned back to the original tunneling software like XB Connect and XLink Kai. Now, XB Connect unfortunately is no longer in active development. Its last iteration was in 2014 and it's no longer being developed. However, XLink Kai, over all these years, never stopped being in development and supports more systems such as the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, GameCube, PSP, and others. So let's go ahead and download XLink Kai, install it, configure it, and see if anyone's actually playing games on an original Xbox in 2018. So let's go ahead and set up XLink Kai and even see if anyone is still playing original Xbox games online anymore. The first thing we need to do is register a username with XLink called an X tag. So we click on the sign up button and proceed to fill out some information. Once you've signed up, you can now sign in with the ID and password you specified. Next, click on the download tab and we will be downloading the XLink software onto our PC. Incidentally, I'm running Windows 10 and XLink works fine, but your mileage may vary on some of the other versions that they offer, so go ahead and download and run the setup and follow the on-screen instructions, and after a minute or so, XLink will be installed on your machine. Now in the Windows menu, navigate to the XLink folder that it created and click Start Kai. This will start the tunneling software and bring up a local web browser, which will be your main entry point. Log into XLink with the credentials you created earlier. Now the first thing you want to do here is make sure your Xbox is being detected by the software, so turn on your Xbox, and I am assuming it's connected to your local network. Then click on the Metrics tab on the top of the page and scroll down to the Found Consoles section. If your Xbox appears, you are all set up. If not, check your network settings on your Xbox and make sure they're all configured correctly. Now you can put your favorite Xbox game on System Link and play with other users around the world, but how do you know what everyone else is playing? That's where the XLink Game Arenas tab comes into it. Let's take a closer look. If we click on the Game Arenas button, the view changes, and on the left hand side we can now see how many users are online and what games they are playing. Halo 2 by Bungie is by far the most popular being played on XLink, with many different matches going on all the time, but there are always other games being played as well, but to be honest, this is a very small handful of people. So how well does System Link over XLink actually work? Well, let's bust out our Halo 2 disc and test it out. So, what's the verdict? XLink runs great. I don't notice any lag at all when I shoot my weapon. I'm really enjoying this, and playing Halo 2 online again brings back so many memories. There's always many players who continue to play Halo 2 over XLink for the original Xbox, and there's always matches you can join. Now you might be wondering, why bother? I mean, you could play Halo Master Chief Collection on the Xbox One over Xbox Live at 60 frames per second. Well, sure you can, but for the cost of a used original Xbox and a copy of Halo 2, which can only be a couple of dollars, you can play Halo 2 online without needing to pay for a subscription service. That in itself is pretty awesome. I played a few 16-player matches and it played as smooth as it always has. XLink does a great job of handling the flow of data to everyone's console. In short, I am impressed that this is even a thing in 2018. And Halo 2 isn't the only game that's being played. I was able to get into a game of Project Gotham Racing 2 with 2 other players as well, but I will be honest and say that almost 95% users are currently playing Halo 2. But it would be cool to see more people embracing XLink because it is a very fine product indeed. I also want to point out that you do not need a modded Xbox to be able to utilize XLink Kai and tunneling software. You can use a stock standard Xbox and install XLink Kai and play online games with anyone around the world, just like you normally would back in the day. So that's a pretty cool feature. However, if you do have access to a modded Xbox, you have the ability to also run some homebrew software and get those connected online. And I'm going to show you a couple examples of that as well. The Xbox homebrew community has seen ports of Quake 2 and Quake 3. Just connect up to your favorite servers and deathmatch your heart away. The biggest problem with both games is that you are at a disadvantage because everyone else is probably playing with a PC with a mouse and keyboard. Still, it's a very fun and cool way to play online games with an original Xbox. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this look at online gaming with an original Xbox in 2018. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Is this something that you're interested in? Is this something that you used to do on Xbox Live that you may think about revisiting? I'd be very interested in your thoughts. Again, is this just a little bit of nostalgia and no one cares about original Xbox games anymore and everyone's all about the current generation? Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye for now.